That's what Jennifer Lopez said. When she married that billionaire, all of that was going on when Diddy was harassing her. You're who? The last freak off tape that just got sold on the dark net, which I know because I monitor, went for $500 million.
What if the most explosive part of this whole Diddy saga is not what police could prove, but what people inside the industry keep hinting at anyway? And what if Jaguar Wright's most talked about claims are not just about secret parties, but about who she says was allegedly pulled into them, protected by them, or damaged around them? Because here's what makes this story so messy. Jaguar Wright has built an entire reputation on saying the quiet part out loud, especially when it comes to Diddy and Jay-Z. Ever since the scandal around Diddy erupted, she's been one of the loudest voices pushing the idea that the public still hasn't seen the full picture. And this time, she went even further, floating explosive, unproven claims about Diddy's alleged health status and suggesting other women in the orbit of these alleged parties may have been affected too. None of that has been proven in court, and that distinction matters. But then, Jaguar's whole brand is built on making the allegation first and letting the internet argue about it later.
What does the entertainment landscape look like, Diddy coming home in 30 days?
Same as it look now. Bleak. Just not Memphis.
Just not Memphis.
Oh!
Goddamn.
You too.
Does Diddy have any redemption if he owns up to his depravities?
Prince said it best. Sometimes it snows in April. Oh, sometimes I feel so bad, so bad, so bad. Sometimes I wish that life was never ending.
She didn't stop at Diddy's current legal mess either. She also painted a much darker picture of what the entertainment world would look like if he ever walked free, basically suggesting the damage is already done. And that's where this gets uncomfortable, because whether people believe Jaguar or not, she keeps speaking with the confidence of someone who thinks the mask is finally slipping. Here's the part people miss. Her real target has never been just one man. In her telling, Diddy is one piece of a much larger machine. That brings us to Jay-Z, because Jaguar has long argued that attention always landed somewhere else first. In her version, the spotlight moved from R. Kelly to Kanye West to Diddy, while Jay-Z stayed just far enough from the fire to avoid the same level of scrutiny. She also weighed in on that lawsuit where Jay-Z was named alongside Diddy in an alleged 2000 VMA afterparty ass at ULT claim involving a 13-year-old accuser. According to the outline you provided, the case was later dismissed and the accuser admitted fabricating the story. That means the allegation should not be treated as fact. But Jaguar still used that moment to suggest power, pressure, and money may shape which stories live and which ones disappear. And that's where it gets messy, because the court result says one thing, while the online suspicion machine keeps running in another direction.
Anonymous accuser who says the two men raped her at a VMA's after party in 2000, the Video Music Awards. And this woman claims that she was raped when she was 13 years old. The original lawsuit was filed in October, and it named only Sean Combs, and it identified his alleged accomplice as Celebrity A. But then a recently amended complaint was filed that says that Celebrity A is actually Jay-Z, real name Sean Carter, one of the richest people and maybe well-known people in the entertainment industry. Also, this amended complaint still lists a second alleged unidentified participant here, a female who's accused of watching this rape, only identified as Celebrity B. A lot of speculation about who this person could be if this story is in fact true, but Celebrity B, according to this Jane Doe accuser, was in that room when this alleged assault took place.
Then Jaguar started naming women, and that's when the temperature really changed. First up was Janet Jackson, and this is where the storytelling around Jaguar gets especially murky, because she doesn't just make accusations, she implies entire hidden histories. She suggested Janet had been harassed by Diddy for years and hinted that major life choices, including relationships and marriage, happened while serious behind-the-scenes pressure was allegedly going on. She also appeared to imply Janet may have been exposed to the alleged health issue she was describing around Diddy. To be clear, that is an allegation from Jaguar, not a proven fact, and there's no court finding in your materials confirming it. But the reason this name hit so hard is obvious. Janet is not a random celebrity. She's an icon. So the second Jaguar says her name, the story stops feeling like gossip and starts feeling like an attack on a whole era.
Yeah, I can see that.
He said it's not in his MO.
Yeah, no, I mean, he spends so much time lying about being innocent. I could see why that would be a big deal for him. But the truth is, he should have just followed all those white boys that he likes to emulate and just paid. Should just paid. Just pay. Pay and get it over with. Shit, pay Nikki, get it over with. Pay me, get it over with. Just pay.
Man, come on now. Oh man, dollar makes the world go round.
See, he's such a tight bastard, you know? He probably got Jimmy Hoffa up there with his first dollar.
They say that's how the rich get richer. Save a little.
Yeah, save a little, save a lot, save a whole.
Next came Young Miami, and Jaguar's framing there was brutally direct. She allegedly described Miami not as an outsider who got caught up in something strange, but as someone she believed knowingly participated in Diddy's world. She made claims about payroll, status, silence, and the illusion of elevation, basically arguing that luxury and access can function like currency in their own right. That doesn't prove a crime, and it doesn't prove any rumor about disease either. But it does fit Jaguar's larger point that some people, in her view, were not simply around the chaos. They were allegedly part of the system that kept it moving. But then comes the question nobody can answer cleanly. Where does willing participation end if power, money, and influence are all in the room at the same time?
There's a lot of entrapment relationships. There's a lot of setup relationships. There's a lot of stuff.
And let me ask this, because we live in a world of truth now. And
but
I know.
Meanwhile, when she married that billionaire, all of that was going on when Diddy was harassing her.
Oh.
Because he's been harassing her.
Oh, shit.
For years.
Janet? Yeah. Damn.
And they won't talk about it.
I can see him.
So when I hear Orlando bringing up the Janet Jackson thing and saying it in his little code word, I know what that means. I know what he's saying. But the truth is Janet is under heavy scrutiny. She did what she had to do to survive. She's strong.
Jennifer Lopez is another name Jaguar has gone after hard, and with J. Lo, the story branches into older allegations that were already circulating. According to your outline, Lil Rod's lawsuit allegedly named Lopez as the person who carried Diddy's gun into Club New York during the 1999 SH00 Ting case that led to arrests and drew shine into the scandal. That is an allegation, not a proven fact in this script. Jaguar also reportedly claimed J. Lo was disliked by neighbors and built her career on image and illusion. Now, whether people buy that or not, the bigger reason J. Lo matters in this story is timing. Her name reminds people that Diddy's controversies did not begin yesterday. The timeline stretches back decades, and every old chapter suddenly looks suspicious again when a new scandal explodes.
She's loyal. She's a Taurus. You know, her birthday's May 19th. She's a Taurus. But the fact that her bisexuality is still being hidden. The fact that the real reason behind her relationship with Jermaine Dupri is still so elusive. You know, why she left Jermaine Dupri to marry
a billionaire?
That billionaire and to have a baby and then get divorced and then be seen with Jermaine Dupri again. Kind of like Ashton Kutcher leaving Mila Kunis and then going off with Demi Moore and then coming back to Mina Kunis.
And then Jaguar's commentary widened even more, touching Beyoncé in a way that shows how quickly allegation culture spirals once celebrity names start stacking up. In the outline, speculation around an unidentified female celebrity in that dismissed lawsuit reportedly led some people online to throw Beyoncé's name into the mix. That remains speculation, not proof, and should be treated carefully. Jaguar also attacked Beyoncé's artistry and authenticity, but that's opinion, not evidence. Still, once a story reaches the level where even the biggest names in music are getting pulled into rumor webs, the conversation stops being about one case and becomes a referendum on the industry itself. Here's the part people miss. Scandal content grows because people don't just want facts. They want a pattern. Naomi Campbell then enters the frame, and that's where Jaguar's accusations start leaning on association. She reportedly referenced Naomi's name in connection with questionable circles and said she was surprised more had not come out. She also tied that to claims about flight logs and high-profile networks. Again, that is not proof of wrongdoing by Naomi. It's Jaguar pointing at overlap and letting implication do the work. And that's why her style is so potent online. She rarely needs to fully prove the point in the moment. She just places a famous name next to a dark rumor and lets the audience connect dots that may or may not belong together.
Let's be clear. She's a sex worker. She was labeled on the logs. Her and the JT, the city bitch, ain't no different than the Diddy dirty money. He's always got
Payroll, obviously.
just the now. You got all this shit going on. You were a whole. you were given the illusion of elevation. Truth is, you got paid all of that money so you wouldn't go to the police. You got paid all of that money to convince more bitches to come and take the damage that you don't want to take on the days when you just want to enjoy the Tootsie without the work. You know what I'm saying?
But maybe the wildest claim of all was Jaguar's story about so-called freak-off tapes allegedly being sold off before trial. She claimed Diddy was moving footage on the darknet for staggering amounts of money and said multiple major stars were allegedly visible in at least one tape. Those are extraordinary claims, and nothing in your provided materials proves them. Still, the impact is obvious. The moment people hear secret footage, famous names, and darknet, the story mutates from celebrity scandal into something that sounds almost untouchable. And that's where it gets darker, because Jaguar wasn't just implying embarrassment. She was implying leverage.
Jaguar had the guts to speak on an open secret that not even a kept woman, young Miami, was Diddy's sex worker.
You know, and she wanted to be Barbie and she wanted to have Ken. But if you were to really find the dolls that would really display their relationship best, you had to get one of those little dominatrix dolls for her.
Damn.
And then you got to get the alcoholic one for him.
Oh.
And then every time you play with him, he gets to drink it.
He gets to drink. Oh, shit.
Like, they should have toys that are real so kids don't have unrealistic expectations of where this grown-up shit goes.
Talking about Batman and
Batman and not Catwoman. He'd have been better off with Halle Berry if he wanted to get a little something with some color on it. He should have went with Halle Berry.
She even pushed into deeply disturbing territory with comments involving Diddy's twin daughters, suggesting conduct that, if true, would be horrifying. But again, this remains an allegation from Jaguar in the material you gave, not something confirmed here. And when accusations reach that level, precision matters more than ever. You can't blur the line between a sensational claim and a verified fact just because the internet wants a shocking thumbnail. Then there's Gene Deal, Diddy's former bodyguard, whose comments in your outline shift the story from rumor to alleged patterns of abuse inside intimate relationships. He spoke about Kim Porter and Cassie in a way that suggested similar experiences, including claims of violence, control, and coercion. He alleged Kim fought back at times and described an incident involving a corkscrew that left Diddy bleeding. He also discussed claims that Cassie was groomed and pushed into a promiscuous lifestyle across state lines. Language that overlaps with the SXTR at ficking allegations mentioned in her lawsuit. These are serious allegations, and while some are framed as his recollections and opinions, they add a different texture to the story because they come from someone positioned as a former insider rather than just a commentator.
Defended herself, and I told people this, and now everybody after Cassie
report comes out, everybody want to show the picture now. You see a picture on the internet going with Puff, right hand is in a bandage. That's the night I was called by Paul to meet him over at St. Luke's Hospital. He had a white T-shirt wrapped around his wrist because Kim had took the cork, you know, where you open up wine, the corkscrew. She took the corkscrew and caught him on his wrist defending himself. And he almost, I think he had, I know he tore some ligament, but he almost hit an artery. I came close to the artery or either scratched it or cut it a little bit because he just kept bleeding. And from that point on, he was hooked. That's when I knew, when they was talking about people getting addicted and hooked on pain medicines, that's what happened to him. And it was from his right wrist that he's reminded by Kim all the time now.
Gene also reportedly referenced claims that Kim's nose was allegedly broken on a yacht, though even in the source material that point was framed cautiously as something said by people in her camp. That caution matters. But when you line that up next to the Cassie allegations and then layer Jaguar's comments on top, a pattern begins to emerge in the public imagination, whether fairly or unfairly. And that's the real reason this story keeps growing. It is no longer one accusation at a time. It is a pileup of alleged behavior, alleged enablers, alleged silence, and alleged damage. By the end of all this, Jaguar Wright is not just naming names. She is challenging the audience to decide whether Hollywood and the music industry are built on secrets so large that only chaos can expose them. But there's the tension. Some claims in this story are tied to lawsuits, some are tied to interviews, some are tied to rumor, and some remain totally unproven. That line cannot get blurred just because the story is dramatic. Still, when the same few names keep circling the same storms, people start asking whether smoke is just smoke, or whether somebody has been controlling where the fire gets seen. So now the question is bigger than Jaguar, bigger than Diddy, and bigger than any one celebrity she mentioned. Are these just reckless allegations amplified by the internet? Or are we watching fragments of a much uglier story come out in pieces before anyone can prove the whole thing?
Now, and I'm recording this whole shit. FYI, tell me what the you're talking about. Because this is not cool. We're not playing. I'm not playing with you, Sujit. Like, you saw some yes, you're my brother. Be my brother and tell me what you saw. You're going to be able to find it?
Wow. If somebody is telling them that they seen a freak off tape that wasn't supposed to get out, that wasn't supposed to be known to nobody or seen by nobody, if you tell them that you saw it and you saw some of the disgusting things that they were doing, wouldn't they react in that way? I don't blame her for reacting that way. She knows it exists. But her thing is, how did you see it? Where did you get it from? She's just showing that she's mad and disgusted